Lake frontage. That is one of the features that has a lot of value in a lakefront property. At my house at Lake of the Pines, I live on Shadow Cove, and my house has 55 feet of lake frontage. What does lake frontage give you? Well, look right here. We have more than 55 feet of lake frontage, and what do you get? You get a beautiful view looking over towards Sandy Point Beach. You've got a nice beach area here. You could launch a kayak or your canoe from this location, or have your fire pit set up. But lake frontage is a big ticket item. We're going to explore one of the largest lots at Lake of the Pines with the most lake frontage that I have ever seen in the 26 years that I have lived here at Lake of the Pines. I'm not going to tell you how much it is until we do our tour and see if you can come up with the exact amount of lake frontage that this property has. It's on its own peninsula. It doesn't have a house next door to it. So what does that give you? Besides the view when you're out here, it gives you views from all of your windows. When you are looking out of that window, you are seeing water. Lake frontage, again, is such a big ticket item. Now, this property here has been here since the late 60s. However, it was never built upon until 1992. And before it was built upon, these are some of the stories that I heard about this property. CJ, I used to fish here when I was a little boy. And that is the words from someone who's 40 years old, who's living at Lake of the Pines now. So 30-something years ago, or even more, a young boy was fishing here off of this particular lakefront lot. Another thing that I've heard about this particular property is that when you're out on your boat, floating around Lake of the Pines in Auburn, California, people would say, CJ, if that house is ever for sale, I want to buy it. Not only is it a level lot, so it's very usable in the Sierra foothills. Not only is a gorgeous level lot, but it is a desirable lot because of how much lake frontage you have with all of these different views of the lake at Lake of the Pines. So the mystery is, why was this property not built upon when Lake of the Pines was being developed? Some of the houses were built in 1970, 1972, 1975. Nothing was built on this particular parcel, which is over an acre, until 1992. Why is that? There's mystery involved. So there's a couple of different stories. I love history, and I've just researched why this particular property was not built upon for that amount of time. Well, one of the stories is that Lake of the Pines coveted this lot, did not let it get built upon or purchased by someone because they had the intentions of building a restaurant here and having it as a superb location for the members of Lake of the Pines Association and their guests to come and enjoy this vista while they're munching on a hot dog or having a little bit of refreshment. The other story is, or legend, is that this location here was going to be saved as a park. So the kids could come and fish here, and this would be a place where families could play ball in this grassy area and enjoy all of these gorgeous views. So I call this particular property a legacy lakefront because it has some legends that are connected to it, a little bit of mystery, and also a lot of for the one desirable lots of different activities here on the lawn. Croquet. You've got your sandy beach to launch on the other side, your water equipment. And just imagine the sunset views from this particular location. What a beautiful spot to watch the sun go down. The colors change upon the water as the sun is going down, and to watch a beautiful sunset. So we're still walking the edge of this property right next to the water's edge. We've got some natural growth here. Got some boulders on the edge of the water frontage. And the property goes all the way back here past the garden shed. Lots of opportunities to do different things. These folks have their garden beds about to be planted. They have some spices here and some vegetables ready, some herbs and spices being grown, and their vegetables also ready to be planted. So you can see why this property on Balsam Court is a legacy lakefront. Just take the view in. View, 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 view. Just a sensational property in a beautiful location at the lake at Lake of the Pines. This is CJ Jenkins from Century 21 Cornerstone. If you have any questions about lake frontage, lakefronts at Lake of the Pines, or this property right here, just give me a call at 530-906-4715. Thank you for joining me at Lake of the Pines Living Facebook and Christine Jenkins YouTube. Oops, guess what? I have to give you the lake frontage measurement like I promised. I wonder what your number is. The actual measurement here is 650 feet of lake frontage. I have 55 feet of lake frontage at my house. So imagine 650 feet of lake frontage. What a legacy lakefront we have here.